Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Celebrate Columbus show powered by Johnson Whitcomber Insurance Services. My name is Josh Burnett, and as you can see, I am wearing some orange today because I'm so excited to celebrate a fellow Columbus East grad. 2014, he graduated, and recently he became Columbus East first ever Major League pitcher, Peyton Gray. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, Peyton, you have had quite a journey since your time playing with Columbus Wildcats and Blazers to Columbus East to now pitching for the Rangers. You had your debut in April. What has this journey been like for you?
Yeah, it's definitely been a journey. It's been a dream come true. Being out there in a big league stadium in a big league uniform, it's exactly what I dreamed of, being a 10-year-old playing for the Wildcats or the Blazers. And it's awesome to still go out there and play that same game I played as a kid at 31 years old.
Yeah, and as I watched your debut and hearing about the story, I've read the newspaper articles in the Republic and seen other things about your journey. It's kind of like you're living the real life story of the rookie.
Yeah, I am considered an old rookie, so I would agree.
Well, my point with that is that, you started obviously with this dream as a kid, and then you've really gone through so many different things. You've had injuries, you've gone to many different colleges, and then, you signed and you've had ups and downs throughout, and then you've persevered through it. It's been amazing just to watch it and to see your dream come true. If you could talk a little bit about where you've been. So you were started at Columbus East, you graduated in 2014 and, what was your path to then now you're with the Rangers?
Yeah, so I went to three schools. I went to Western Michigan, then I went to Gulf Coast State College. It was a JUCO in Panama City, Florida. From there, I went to Florida Gulf Coast in Fort Myers, and then I was fortunate to sign as a free agent after the 18 draft with the Rockies. And then from there, played a couple years of A ball. I got released at the COVID season. I played independent ball that year in Milwaukee, and then I was fortunate to get picked up by Kansas City. I signed a 2-year deal with them. I ended up having Tommy John surgery at the end of the first year. But then from there, I was released July of 22. I went back to independent ball, and that was like the first time I had gone to Mexico to play winter ball. I went to Mexico that winter. I played in Obregon. And then from there, I came back. I played at independent ball one more year, and then more Mexico winter ball, and then picked up by Cincinnati, which was cool. And then suffered an injury, another injury, and then played winter ball again. And then I was fortunate to get picked up by Texas, and I had a good AAA year. And then they re-signed me to another 1 year, and then dream come true. I'm in the big leagues.
Yeah, and when I was watching your debut and hearing about, your family, driving all the way through the night and your wife flying up and, all the people coming to support you, take me through that game against the Pirates. I think you had maybe 10 pitches and you could just tell that you were excited, but you were also locked in. And it was cool to see that that Vulcan changeup at the end to get Connor Griffin. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, being able to do it in front of my parents and my wife was there, and I had some other friends and family there. It was surreal. I mean, just getting out there and throwing that first pitch. I got a first pitch ground out, so it was cool. He was swinging, and I got a first quick out, and then from there the nerves kind of settled. But like overall, I don't think I was nervous. I mean, it's something I've been dreaming of since I was 6 years old. I envisioned myself out there on a major league mound, and then I felt prepared once I finally got the chance. And then just having a good first inning and ending it on a strikeout, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool to see that. And, obviously you coming in as a 30-year-old rookie going against this, up and coming stud that's 19 and sitting down for the strikeout was awesome. I was thinking as I watched your interview after the game, you talked about making your 10-year-old self proud. I imagine, I hope that there's some kids and their families that are watching this Could you talk a little bit about what that means and maybe what encouragement you would give other kids that are dreaming someday to be like you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that got brought up this year when I went to AAA for like the first couple weeks. Our AAA manager, Kyle Moore, he sat everyone down. He pulled up pictures of us when we were 10 years old, and he had us look at that, and he's like, what would that kid think of you right now? Like, would he be proud? And it really spoke to me, and it's in my shoes right now. Would my 10-year-old self be proud? Absolutely. I mean, it was a dream to be where I'm at. It was a dream to be where I was at last year, and then just being fortunate to like actually make it to the major leagues. And just like the idea of never giving up on your dreams. I think that's like the most important thing that's kept me going. I've had a great support system, but there's been a lot of like things they've done for me to help me make my 10-year-old self proud.
That's awesome. And speaking of that support system, I know that your mom and dad, as well as your wife and many others. But I want to talk a little bit about your mom and dad because Billy and Lisa, Billy's got Gray's Pro Shop here in Columbus at the Columbus Bowling Center, and your mom has been battling cancer. Can you talk a little bit about what they have meant to you throughout your life and just talk a little bit about them?
Yeah, I mean, I've been lucky to have the parents that I have, just driving me to travel ball when I was 10 years old, coaching my teams, taking me all over the country to play baseball, and giving me every opportunity to keep playing and having fun and playing the game with my friends and stuff like that. And they never said no to me. They always gave me what I want, and very special. And it's awesome to be able to do it now on the big league stage and just have them in the stands at these big league stadiums and just see them interacting with the fans and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's awesome.
And I imagine, we're doing this interview on your off day, which you have very few of, and I'm very appreciative of. You get to see your wife today, and the major league season is a gauntlet. Can you talk a little bit about what your wife has meant to you?
Yeah, she's meant everything. I mean, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it without her. I think just a couple years ago, playing independent ball, financially not making a lot of money, and she's working full time and helping support me chasing this dream. And then just even now at home, we had like taking care of everything, like doing all the house stuff for me, and just like making it so my true focus is being a Major League Baseball player and taking care of it on the field. So, uh, and then like emotionally, she supported me along the ways because obviously there's been a lot of ups and downs with injuries and stuff like that, and she's always been there to push me and tell me to keep going.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's take it back a little bit to Columbus. Let's take it to Columbus East because I wore my orange for you. Can you talk a little bit about your time in Columbus and maybe some of the memories? I know Coach Gratz has meant a lot to you. Talk a little bit about your experience at Columbus East.
Yeah, so Columbus East, freshman year, 2010, I was lucky to make the varsity team. I started varsity. I was a varsity shortstop my freshman year. I actually played shortstop throughout high school, and then I was also pitching. It was probably that junior year I realized like pitching's probably going to be the thing that takes me to the next level. I could never hit the curveball. I would always swing. I think Hunter McIntosh struck me out a million times bouncing curveballs in the grass, not even making it to the dirt. So I knew hitting was not going to be my thing.
Shout out to
But
Hunter.
yeah, yeah, shout out to Hunter right there. But yeah, just having fun at East, and I still talk to some of those guys. But yeah, Coach Gratz has meant a lot. He's followed me along through my journey. He doesn't try to bother me. I don't think he doesn't text me very much, but he does follow and he does text me periodically, and which I truly do appreciate.
Yeah. And, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you too is because, Columbus has really started to invest more into sports tourism. They just got six brand new turf diamonds at Lincoln Park now. And then Sarah Land's been doing a lot. And, there's Hit Factory, there's Walk Off Warehouse. Like the things when you and I were growing up, we had to go to Indy or Louisville to have anything like that. Can you talk a little bit about why investing in youth baseball is a good thing for a community?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely is a good thing. I was fortunate to have the parents that I had that would drive me to Indy or drive me to Bloomington or wherever it was to do developmental stuff. So like seeing all that stuff grow in Columbus, I know Hunter and Will Nelson with their Hit Factory, they've always let me use the facility when I come back into town, which I've appreciated. But just seeing all the new complexes and stuff that are helping the youth have the resources to develop and keep playing the game. I know like the turf fields is it's going to help with the weather and stuff like that. So it's awesome to see the community doing that and just hoping kids keep playing the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's very cool. I know I can't speak for everybody, but we're so proud to watch your journey, to celebrate you, to the way you represent yourself, your family, our school, our community, and we just can't wait to keep rooting you on, man.
Yeah, I do appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, I know you're probably going to be getting ready. You've got a game tomorrow, another series,
Yeah, we
and
play the Guardians.
awesome. Well, I hope you sweep them and get use the Vulcan changeup and get as many holes as you can. So I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.